Good afternoon and welcome to Injustice Investigations. I'm your host, Al Scott. As always, we thank you all for tuning in to our live broadcast today. I'm not going to hold you all long today. I just felt the need to address the case in Mississippi. It's if you've been following the story, you know it's a very baffling story. I'm from Mississippi. Pamela Brown, good evening. Thank you so much for tuning in to my live broadcast. Uh, are you from, what is it, Taylorsville, Mississippi? I think that's where he was found at. Okay. And so today, I wanted to make some comments on some things that's been said, what the sheriff has been saying, what the police have been saying. Um, First of all, before we go there, let me say this here. Not this case, but Black people continue, not all, some, continue to play a game. And the game that we're playing, we will never win. Miss Brown says, I just love your show. I love you too. I love you right back. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. So the game that we play, we fool ourselves if we're thinking that we will win. The game is simple. Some Black people think if I do this, if I do that, I go here and I go there, the white man will look at me and say, you done a good job. I have been accepted. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. As long as you live, and as long as certain people live of a certain race, I don't care what they said to your face. Behind your back, sometimes the true color will come out, and they will call you every name but the name on your birth certificate. They will do that. And there's nothing that we can do to achieve their blessing, so to say. But we have to stop playing the game with ourselves. If I do this and if I do that, they're going to like me. True happiness comes from within. And I don't have a problem with being Black. God took his hand and he blessed my mother's womb. He blessed the womb that she would give birth to a little Black boy. And God doesn't make any mistakes. I don't know where racist white people can go and hide for a while or just live. Well, yes, I do. Because if you don't want to be around people of color, I understand that. I'm not mad at you. But here's some advice to you. You're going to have to take it to the hills. Get you some groceries from Brooks's or Kroger's, get what you need, little plates and stuff, and take it to the hills. We're not going anywhere. This land does not belong to white people. White people have been lying for decades. Christopher Columbus did not discover America. This is not the white man's land. However, they have taken control of some things, and it might make you think it's their land, but it's not. It's just not. It's not. I just thought I would throw that in there. Okay, let's get to today's show. Yes, Ms. Brown said this was terrible. It was. It is. I've done stories on a lot of cases in Mississippi. A lot. Out of the cases that I've done in Mississippi, all of them have been crimes of murder. I probably did maybe 3 cases that wasn't racially motivated. Mississippi, the great state of Mississippi, has a history. And their history is that we don't like y'all. We don't like y'all. The order was given to stop lynching. Mississippi never stopped. Mississippi is still lynching Black men in 2023. They're still doing it. Sometimes it's of a different form. But there's two cases I'm going to give you today. I don't know if you heard about them, but they're very troubling cases. Some young men, black men in Mississippi, was found hanging. Just about whenever a black man is found hanging from a tree in Mississippi, the powers that be will tell you they killed themselves. Really? They killed themselves. Okay. So he bought that extra belt that's don't go with his pants or his size, and he took the belt, tied around himself, and lifted himself up like that to the tree and hung himself. I don't think so. Miss Williams, I love you big time. Thank you so much. But it happens, and as long as, and we're gonna get to Mr. Carter, as long as we continue to accept the lies, then we will live their lies. If a black man is with a white woman in Mississippi, that white woman is considered trash. You know what the black man is considered, and he'll be considered that until the day he died. But what irks me about what goes on in Mississippi is that nothing is being done about it. We wait late to call on the DOJ. I need the DOJ on speed dial. We have to become proactive. But now, if the powers that be arrive on a crime scene, watch this, and there's a body there. There's a body. That body head has been decapitated. Where is it at? Oh, it's over there. Other parts of the body, from here, there, up, all right. So what happened here? Oh, I reckon. Oh, animals came out here and they ate them old Negroes up. Probably wasn't no good meat. Yeah. I tell you right now, there's no foul place suspected here. No. And animals came. Let's go. That's comical, but heaven backing me up. That's truth. That's how it goes. Exactly. Miss Brown said being Crump is there, thank God. Exactly. So if you accept the lies will continue. The thing about this lie, it will be a lie that will quickly unfold in the sheriff's face. Shortly after writing in that damn lie that no foul play was suspected, he got a backlash. And now he has changed. I'm not going to rule it out. He didn't want to admit that he was wrong. I'm not going to rule it out. A young man was killed. A young man was killed. I want you to look at something real quick here. When this show is over, I want you to go to my Facebook page so you can read all of. We've got maybe 4 or 5 stories on there of Mississippi lynching black men, and they're still lynching black men today. They're still doing it. So today, there's a story that I remember doing. This story. It was a sad case. I think I had his family members on the show with us then, and he was found in a wooded area in Mississippi, and the powers that be said that he hung himself from a tree. But it's a very disturbing case because the young man we're talking about, of course, was black, but he was dating a white woman. He was dating a white woman. Exactly. His name is Willie Andrew Jones Jr. His girlfriend was named Alexis. So one night, February the 8th, 2018, Mr. Jones and his girlfriend Alexis got into an argument in the car on the way to her parents' home in Scott County, Mississippi. The couple were going through a rough time in their relationship, but they had a 3-month-old child together, and the 21-year-old Jones wanted to reconcile. The argument continued when they arrived at her parents' home, where a group of family members were visiting. At some point, Jones walked out. Not long afterwards, the girlfriend's stepfather called 911 to say Jones was dead. The black man was found hanging from a tree in the yard of his white girlfriend's home, 50 feet from the house and about 5 feet from the roadway. The young man's feet were touching the ground, and his knees were bent. His body was slumped over the young pecan tree, and a blue and white cloth belt was wrapped around his neck. So the powers that be said, "What? I don't know if I play him. He killed himself." Good. And so we have to live with that. They said that. We have to accept that they're white. We're done. The case is closed. That may have worked in maybe 1953, 1955, maybe in the early 1960s. Okay, you got that one. But there's a problem with Mississippi. Mississippi don't like black men. Mississippi don't like black women. And when Mississippi speak, people generally do what they're told to do in the great state of Mississippi. If they says it's no foul play involved, I just can't know how you can say that, and his head is over there. So realize this: if the sheriff department had immediately looked at this as a murder, you and I probably wouldn't know the young man's name right now. But they decided, damn, that nigga should have been dead. What's worst about this is how many more Carters are out there that we won't know about, because not all of them got Benjamin Crump's attention. Ms. Williams says that's why we should start coming out us and fighting for us more. I totally agree with you on that. And we're going to get that to in a minute. I'm glad you brought that point up. But that's exactly what we need to do. Let me say this here before we get into what we think happened to this young man. Black people, we got to be proactive. I'm serious. We have to be proactive. We can no longer sit and wait on the next racially motivated crime to come. As long as we keep doing that, we too are part of the damn problem. You're going to wait till another hanging and then you'll speak out. If blacks don't stop killing blacks, when the Civil War breaks out, blacks will lose because we won't have no damn bullets to shoot with, because we're going to use all of our bullets on one another. Whether you believe it or not, whether you want it to happen or not, it's going to happen. There is going to be a war. But my people out there wasting good bullets on one another, you're going to need them damn bullets. I can't speak on the injustices that whites are inflicting on black people without speaking about the injustices that blacks inflict on one another. If I take a side, then I'm a hypocrite. Right is right, wrong is wrong, a crime is a crime. Unless you just love your brother when the cameras are there. If they see you ever go in the courtroom and there's this one guy comes up, hands back, already incarcerated, or jump on. You see him looking. He keep looking in the courtroom. I know what he's looking for. His family, his girlfriend, nobody's there. And as long as he keep going to court, and the judge sees that, and the lawyer sees that, you know what they have a tendency to do? Throw him away. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. So I don't know what happened, but I think in the mid 70s, that's somewhere the love for one another started going away. And now we're fighting one another. We're fighting one another. We all by ourselves down here. We don't have time to fight one another. We don't. We have to start putting ourselves in certain predicaments that will cause us to have an encounter with the police department. And it's an encounter that, 9 times out of 10, we can't win. Even when you're doing right, even when you're addressing them, yes or no, so whatever the case may be, if that's a deranged lunatic that got out of that car, he don't mind. She don't mind. They don't mind at all. They don't. Another black man in 2015, Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, was found hanging by a bed sheet from a tree in Mississippi, whose death is under investigation by the FBI, had been seen over 2 weeks earlier by a friend who dropped him off at an area local casino. 54-year-old Bird went missing on March the 2nd and was found in a wooded area about half a mile from his home in western Mississippi. It is not clear whether the man was killed or committed suicide. I didn't know black people commit suicide until social media came. I mean, I knew they did, but not as often as we're being told they do. You probably didn't know that either. You know why you didn't know it? Because that's a damn lie. If the animals didn't eat us, well, commit suicide. Well, how does he get up there and hang his damn self? Tell me that. How? We got to start paying attention. I want us to go now to the story that we're here today about. I've never lost a child through anything like this, but I'm sure it is very, very painful to lose somebody that, especially that you gave life to, and the people that you go to for help are the same damn people that don't like you. The people that you keep begging to implement police reform. These are the same people who don't like us. But we keep calling them to help us. That's not making a damn sense. That's like a girl in the back being raped, and the guy in the living room, he knows what time it is. He comes by, it's over. She tells him what happened. Okay. He closed the door, she's thinking, and he rapes her too. He rapes her too. We cannot wait on police reform in this country. We have to be the one to implement that. Because if we don't, and they eventually do it, they're going to set their rules out. And I promise you, it will not justify us. It will not help us at all. This is your new police reform. But you cannot have police reform unless you have justice reform, police reform, in the court reform. All of that goes together. All of those works together. And if you quote unquote, you get the police straight and you don't do anything at the jail system, it means nothing. If you get the jail system together, but you don't go in the courtroom and listen to how they lie on black people, you've done nothing. It's a combo that has to come together at the same time. It has to come together at the same time. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. But just keep that thought in mind. You keep running to the same damn people who will spit in your face if they thought they could get away with it. The thing is that white people say to black people on social media, if they met some of them black people, they wouldn't say a mumbling word, especially to me. Because if I meet a Ken, if I meet a Karen, I know what's going to happen. I'm gonna try to beat the bushings out of both of them, and I'm gonna give them a mugshot. I don't mind. I've had it before. I get another one. I'm not gonna ask them, why did you say nigga? I'm not gonna, what did you just say? I hear good. I know why they said it. I know what they said. And they said it in front of me or to me because they said, Miss Guy beat my ass and I'm gonna beat the bushings out their ass. That law right there, the hate crime bill, and listen, with the Kims and the Karens, their diabolical acts on racially motivated crimes should fall up under hate crime. It has to. They're coming back to back, back to back, back to back, because the law is not doing a damn thing about it. It's a joke to them. But if you put it up on the hate crime law, and it's a minimum of 10 years, I said 10 years, a minimum. Ain't no 9.5. 10 years minimum. That shit, you see a drop in it. You see a drop in it. But see, they know the system don't give a damn about us, because the system is never coming out there to help us. Sometimes the system is the one attacking us. So it's kind of like, if you can't trust your preacher, who can you trust? If you can't trust your mom or dad, who can you trust? That's all we got. The system don't want us to receive help. I think police reform in this country is of the most great urgency. We need it like yesterday. But why aren't they saying late to get it done? I'll tell you why. What color you are? That's not an emergency. Every year, well, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. Every year that they do that, more black men and women are killed, are brutally beaten, shot in the head, tased to death by police officers. The very same people that have the audacity to drive a car that says, I'm here to serve and protect. They took off the other part, I'm here to serve and protect white people. Mississippi is still burning. Before this story came out, I found out about it a few days ago. I was getting ready to watch Mississippi burning, and I've watched it several times before. And whenever I'm going to do a workshop or something, I go ahead and watch it again, you know. But it takes me about 4 or 5 times before I can really watch it once it starts, and they're in the car, and the white boys are behind them. I had to stop and go sit down for a while, because that really irks me. Because that was back in the time when my mom and dad were alive, and I often wonder what kind of treatment that they went through. I just wonder, you know. And the look of fear on these young brothers' face while they was in that car, they knew death was coming. But death was coming from those that should have been protecting them. And nothing has changed. Don't forget, a few years ago, about 3 or 4 police officers somewhere in Florida were terminated because they were members of white supremacist groups. Were they the only ones? No. They're out there. So when they're dealing with black people, you find out who they are. You have to go and say, I want to reopen this file. I have to, because of what I just saw them do. I don't care if it's been for 20 years. Open these files up. I want every case on my desk that has a black person involved. Because I promise you, somewhere there is some unjustifiable actions. Somewhere. When the sheriff says, I don't see any foul play in this young man, and his head is not connected to his body. Other parts, his body here, body there, over there, over there. probably had some animals come by and eat the old boy up. Today, I think it happened last night. I love your comments on anything that we put out. I love your comments. But be mindful, I may not agree with your comments, but I respect you and the things that you say. We have to learn to have a respectable dialogue. But when it gets to the point where I don't care who you're disagreeing with, I just want to make sure that you both sides be respected to each other. You know, if you don't agree, you don't agree. Don't go trying to do character assassination. You know, you are the controller of your emotions. If you don't know how to debate, pull up the movie, The Great Debaters, and see if we can get some pointers there. But I took off this guy a little while ago because he kept saying silly things about what happened to the young man. And I'm watching. He's like an inch here, and what he's doing, he's saying this, and he's building up to a lot of more foolishness that he really wants to say, right? Someone just says, Miss Jackson, Rachel, like I said earlier this week, I would find them of their. You know what? I need you on my team, Miss Jackson, because you know what? I'm nothing like Dr. King. You know, his people had to really sit down with white people that was there, you know, to march with them, and they went through a school to learn how to accept humiliation, degradation. When they spit on you, don't do that. When they throw a brick, I would have filled that class up one goddamn minute. The first time I threw a rock at me, black or white, or spit on me. Oh hell no, that's a bruise. I can't do that. I'm with Malcolm X. By any means necessary. It's when the police lie about crime scenes, trying to protect the guilty, they must be dealt with. And me, I don't give a damn how you deal with them. Any way you feel it's necessary, deal with them. You cannot beat my ass. You cannot beat my child ass. You cannot kill my loved one and then have the audacity to come to the mic and tell me how to respond to it. What? I will never, as long as I live, tell a black person to have a peaceful protest. Whatever you feel is necessary, do it. They ask for a peaceful protest. Your cops come in riot gear. The chief of police, we don't mind your protesting, but we were not tolerating any violence there. We're not going to tolerate that, okay? Go on and have your little peace there, your march, and be peaceful, okay? We're not going to tolerate any violence. If you want to talk about not tolerating violence, I suggest you talk to them goddamn cops first. Cops are the thugs on the street with the violence. And you're going to tell me how to respond to them. Bull. No. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about it. That's not a good cop. That's not a good cop. I don't give a damn if my mama was a cop. That's no good cop, because any good cop watching the bad shit go on would expose those that do it. Come on. If there's any integrity in you, if there's a man in you, if there is a God in you, I can't let y'all do this. I can't. Mr. Carter, 25 years old, called his mother and told her he was being chased by white men in 3 trucks. He also went to the police for help. He didn't get it. On October the 2nd, 2022, he was reported missing. November 2nd, his remains were found in a wooded area south of Taylorsville, Mississippi. After his remains were found, here's what the Smith County Sheriff Department said. No reason to believe foul play was involved. I don't know how you could. I don't know how you could look at a mother and tell her that no foul play. I don't think it was. Either he committed suicide or the animals got him. Okay, but what about when he told his mother that white men were following him and, throwing out racial slurs? But that's what he said. We can't prove that. You got to realize there are black people in this country, and then we have niggas. Niggas, you can tell something like that too. They'll go for it. Well, you know what? God gonna get them. Don't worry about it. God's here. Fight my battles for you. I don't know what the hell God gonna do with them later, but I need him tonight. That's what I need. You don't whoop my ass and do my people wrong and tell me how to respond to it. Come knock on my door and tell me that. You'll never make it back home again. You will never make it back home again. This is when I come in and say I disagree with Smith County Sheriff Department. The autopsy report shows he was murdered. His head was severed from his body, and some of his body parts were found in different locations. His decomposing body was found in a wooded area about 21 miles away in Taylorsville. The Department of Justice should look into this case as well as investigating the Sheriff Department from top to bottom. So I'm asking that the Sheriff Department be investigated from top to bottom because heaven back me up, they crooked. That one statement that was said, I know y'all crooked. I know. And the thing about investigating them, when you go in up under one investigation, you start to see so much corruptness. This brings on another investigation in another department of the police. If you can look at that crime scene and not see it as a crime scene right then and there, the neck's gone, and the head's gone, and you say no foul play. How would you say? Why would you? If you thought that, I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have said that. I said it is under investigation, but they say it because Donald Trump, when his retarded, ignorant, existing just to be existence body with a soul walked in the White House, he gave closet racists the courage to take off the hood, take off their robes, lay it down in the middle of the living room, walk outside the door and say, I don't like you niggas either. Now, but wait a minute. Lee, we sit together for breakfast. I don't care, Tawasha. I ain't never like you. And what kind of name is that, Tawasha? He gave them the courage to come out. Miss Brown says it's more of an insult to our intelligence. You just preached. You just preached. That's it. You just preached. Let me go on. Attorney Benjamin Crump responding to what he said. This was not a natural death. It's just this simple. And it goes back to that guy. He was leading up, so I just think some animals ate him up. And you can think that. You can put that. That don't bother me. But the things you're saying before and the things that you're saying after, you got to go from this page. We're not going to do that because I think you're trying to stir up something on this page, and I'm responsible for all the content that comes on the page. So take them off and block them. I see these people all the time. They'll come on and say, I agree, and then the true color of them comes out. They're here just to start confusion. There is no time for confusion, misunderstanding, or lies. A body has been taken away from his family. You can't undo it. He can't come back. And you have the audacity to come and use this as your time to get a laugh. Not on my page. I monitor this thing 24/7. I don't miss a beat. Of course, now we know that Attorney Benjamin Crump is representing the family. To God be the glory for him doing that. The young man had recently gotten a job. And he wanted to open up he had a business. I forget what it was. I left today to go visit my sister, and I left my documents there by mistake. But anyway, he was trying to get his business back up and running. And he was telling his mother some things about how some people talk to him and how they treat him. I think the last time she heard her son's voice was on that, October the 2nd. He said, "I'm being chased by white men." You know what? This is easy to believe for me without any investigation. All I got to do is go back to Ahmaud Arbery. On the day he decided to take the jog through a neighborhood, some white men saw him. Let's go mess with that nigga. That's what they did. And because they didn't like the color of his skin, and he was by himself, and he was unarmed, they would end his life. And then the father who worked for the DA at one time is friends with the DA now. She tells the other cops on the scene, "Don't arrest nobody. We'll fix it." Why would you say that? That's what they do when they crooked like that. So immediately they started falsifying documents in favor of the white man. Ms. Brown said, "This just tears me up." Ms. Williams, 2023, we are still getting killed and still slaved. We are. And so if we go back to what Ms. Williams just said about 2023, you look at 2023, in 1953, I promise you this, nothing's changed. Mississippi never stopped lynching. They never stopped. And they continue to do it because they continue to get away with it. The only way to bring it about an end, everybody here, everybody, black, white, male, female, get your shit. Put your guns down, put your bags down, your ID, go. This department is shut down. Go. We'll deal with unemployment things later. Go. It must be done. You have to clean house. You can't pull out one or two. You have to clean house. I don't have to know you to love you. Miles, cities, and states should not separate us when wrong is wrong. And it doesn't matter what race. It doesn't matter. If you're not okay with it being done to you, how can you sit back and be okay when it's done to somebody else? Your voice is needed. Mississippi is an extreme racist state. Always has been, always will be. So how do you fix that? Well, you can't really stop racism. But here's the thing about this: if you shut the whole policeman down, whole police department down, and you start bringing in new men and new women to sit what the others said, when you study them, I'm not talking about looking at their experience in life or whatever. When you study their mental state, when you start inviting psychologists and psychiatrists to come in and look at candidates who wants to wear a badge, the training at the academy don't do that. They just get you physically ready to kill, and that's it. But somebody has to be able to get into their minds, even when they're lying on the application, and then come back and tell the chief and the mayor, this one's not going to make it. He's got some things in his life, and he brought them up and cried and says he don't like what he did, but he did it. So what, if racially motivated? Yes, we can't deal with him. Nah, he got to go. He got to go. The city that any police officer is trying to get a job in, that police officer information must be made public. address and everything. We do this because why? I need to know if anybody else is out there that may have had some run-ins with him that will tell a different story from what he's telling us. Because unless I can see anything different, I just believe it. So we need to know who you're giving a gun and a badge to. After you give a person a gun and a badge, any disciplinary action that has to be taken upon them must immediately be made public. Why do we do that, Mr. Scott? Well, probably because he's been there 6 years, right? This is his first time getting in trouble. I promise you, this is his first time getting in trouble, but it's not his first time bringing trouble. Then people start calling, well, I was scared, blase, black woman by myself, one no last night, and I just did it and stuff, and and then I had some tickets out. He said he's gonna make him go away, but when I got pulled over 2 weeks later, I still went to jail. That's why this must happen. That's why this must happen. Police reform, qualified immunity must be out the door. It has to go. I'm gonna keep saying this until the day I die. No cop who is at the center of a homicide investigation should ever be placed on paid administrative leave. There's no money for you. You're not at work. You're not going to sit here and plan for a damn wedding or a vacation while a black mother and her family is planning a funeral. No, we're not going to do that. The guy that killed Michael Brown, paid leave. What did he do? He get married and get her pregnant. All while Michael Brown's family is still grieving and still crying and still wondering why and still remembering the time when they last saw him alive. But you're going to sit here and you're going to collect a check for not doing a damn thing? No. I don't care how long it's been going. It could have been going for 3,000 years. This doesn't make it right because it's been going on that long. Remember, the system that we're dealing with today. It's the same system that once used 2 words in a sentence. Legal lynching. It's the same system. DAs who refuse to prosecute killer cops, y'all can go too. And this is nothing we can just sit here and have a dialogue about. We got to start getting together, having meetings and stuff, putting things in writing. What's knocking on, we got to talk to you. I got to talk to you. I don't like the way things are going in this city. But as long as you say nothing and you let this and this go on, guess what? It's going to get worse and worse and worse. They may not give a damn about us, and I don't give a damn if they do or not. I love us. I don't care if we're sagging. I don't care if the girls wearing pants is up butt or whatever. Those are us. Those are us. But we can't protect them if we wait until another action from a diabolical police officer in the United States. This story right here. I stop sometimes and I think about his mother when she's speaking with Benjamin Crump, and I just look at her. Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton are 2 of the most well-known brothers in U.S. history. Someone talked bad about him a few weeks ago on TikTok. So I listened to the whole video she was giving. And let me say this here. I can call her name. Jealousy, envy, and foolishness, don't put it on the back burner. Take it out the door, sweep it, put it in the dustpan, put it in the damn trash. You don't have nothing to bring to the table to help these people. You have nothing. You have nothing. You sitting there with this long blonde wig on, looking like Whoopi Goldberg and shit, and you want to degrade somebody. They chasing the money. Okay, that's what they do. They're working. They're working. Do you work for free? No. Let me tell you something. Especially Al Sharpton. These brothers have been a lifeline to people of color. And yes, they take on white cases too. Yes, they do. They have been a lifeline. If you don't have nothing to bring to the table that's better than Al Sharpton and Crump, shut your mouth up. Shut your mouth up. Just think about the people that has been helped because of these two brothers. You might hate them for whatever reason. I really believe it's jealousy. Or you have these black activists. Yes, Lord, thank you for bringing it up. You have these black activists that has a tendency to keep our people mad, keep our people angry at the other race. If you want to keep our people mad, I would prefer you do it concerning black on black crime. Go deal with that. Go deal with that. And see how that works out for you. We can't keep our people ignorant over the past. If I don't say nothing about the drugs in my neighborhood or in my city, I shouldn't have the guts to come before the camera and speak on a white cop killing a black man. If I watch JoJo sell Tanya that crack cocaine and I don't send them, all right, bro, what's up? I ain't getting involved, man. They say I'm fool. They don't get nobody's business. Well, that's a lie because when whites and blacks get together, you out there with a damn sign, no justice, no peace. So my point is this here. We have to be active right now. We have to keep waiting on an act that will cause us to react. And when we react, the system don't like the way we react. Blacks waited on Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, Al Sharpton, and we still waiting on Crump, Sharpton, President Obama. Why are we waiting? Because we look for people to fix our issues. And you cannot get around the people that we're speaking about is the system. You can't get around that. If it knocks on your door, I've never been there, but I know it's going to be a painful experience. But don't wait until it knocks on your door to use your platform to speak against it. Everybody is somebody's child. Nothing has changed. We're still segregated. Oh, by the way, how did we get to the ghetto? The white man sent you to the ghetto. He fixed that for you over there. So you won't come over here where these nice homes at. Y'all stay right over there. Mm-hmm. That's good. Keep Kayla. I like that. And so now you're in the ghetto. And you're not trying to get out of the ghetto. You're there because damn near everything there is free. They put you in these little apartments with the sheetrock, then there's a dime. And you accept that and you get there and you stay there until you die. And you never try to do nothing for yourself. Issues like this come up, you don't say a mumbling word because you worry about your entitlement. And in some cases, you're not even entitled to them, but you're getting it. You got to be your own Al Sharpton. You got to be your own Benjamin Crump. You got to speak out, but you can't come and speak out on racially motivated cases only. Our biggest problem in the United States is not the white man. It's the black nigger. That's the biggest problem because the nigger gonna tell the white man everything he think the black man is thinking about doing. That's our biggest threat. That's our biggest threat. You don't want this. You don't like this. I ain't like what you said. I don't care what you like it or not. The truth is the truth. And the truth doesn't change because you don't believe it. And the truth doesn't change because you don't like the man that bought the message. I can't love you if I don't love me. I can't love no one across the aisle if I don't like myself. I can't do it. But you think about a black mother. Back to back, you see them on CNN, NBC, CBS. they've been killed. Their child has been killed by someone white. It is extremely hard in the United States to prosecute a killer cop. Why? First of all, whether the cop that's being accused of an unjustifiable homicide, if he's free or if he comes in the courtroom with a jumper on, shackled down, the jury looks at that person. They don't see that person as a killer. They see that person as our savior on planet Earth. He was protecting them. And that's why it's hard to prosecute them. And to keep in mind, the prosecutor is going to withhold information back that may send them up that river. We do not expect cops to become the criminals that they were hired to chase. But when it happens, then we must address it as such. Ms. Williams says, I am tired of seeing our house broken inside. And that they paid our taxes, money to supposedly to help us and be safe from crime and violent criminals. Well, I agree with it, but we talk a lot about this, Ms. Williams, and we know that the people that should be protecting us are the ones that's killing us. They don't like us. They don't like us. I promise you, if you ever did study on black crime, you will find out that black people commit more crime on one another than white people commit crime on blacks. So why do I keep bringing it up when I'm having these talks? Because you cannot address racism without addressing the whole issue, the whole picture. I can't keep telling you what you want to hear, and yeah, you're the victim. You just have to go to this blase. Sometimes you victimize yourself. We out of slavery. The first time we experienced slavery, it was involuntary slavery. But now, some of us are still slaves because we have become volunteers for the system. We deliberately go out and break the law and go to jail. I can't get you to come out and march because you're scared that a cop may see you or may try to harass you because of what you're doing. So that's why you say you don't speak up. But then the next day, you go in Family Dollar and you steal some merchandise, and I see you on the news. Now you're going to prison now, right? Should have came out there yesterday. We all we got. If we lose one another, it's over. It is everybody's job on here to make sure whatever you want for you and yours, it should be the same for anybody else that you encounter. You can't expect for racist white people to be you. You can't expect for racist white people to speak about God or read their Bible so they can be pleasing to you. You can't do that. You can't. If you are expecting that, you're going to be let down a whole lot. You have a brother here whose life was interrupted just because he was black. Black, that's it. I can't make no excuses for being black. I love being black. We're going to get out of here. There is a war. I'm looking at something Miss Williams had post. Whether you're prepared or unprepared, a civil war is coming. It's inevitable. It's coming. Heaven backing me up. It's coming. Don't let the system catch you with your work undone. White folks daily are buying guns, assault rifles. You better get armed, people. You must be armed. What? He said violence, you damn right I said it. Violence. Meet them where they met you at. Well, I got to go. I'm this guy. I got to forgive because I want God to forgive me. I don't care if God never forgive me because I'm not with it. That's that old slave talk because you couldn't think outside of the cotton fields. Your mind is still there. I wish a sapsucker would hit me and I turn the other cheek. Bull. It won't happen. I don't forget and I don't forgive. I just don't forgive. Our biggest problem as Black people, we forgive just like that. We understand just like that. Just like that. We still in the shape we was in 1953. The same damn shape. I have a father. God gonna get him. God gonna get him. You got to stop trying to sick God on people like God is a dog. I got to get out of here. I'm surprised I could go this long. My voice is giving out. I may run over to YouTube this evening if my voice would allow me. So we'll be over there tonight. If you all want to come over there. Listen, as always, thank you all for watching our show. And I don't apologize for anything that I said. I'm not going to give you no sugar-coated shit cookies. That ain't me. I'm going to give it to you 100. Whether you like it or not, I don't give a damn about the system. I don't care about Facebook. I don't care about YouTube. I had a platform before they were in existence. Black people, you have a platform. Use their platform sometimes to bring attention to what's going on with us. Not just whites on blacks, blacks on black. It's just that simple. You got a wonderful tool. You push sin, it can go all over the world. We have to become the change that we want to see in others, but we have to stop forgiving so fast. We have to stop that. We have to stop understanding. I understand it was the devil in him. No, you put too much on the devil. No. Some of y'all give a devil a charge that is not him. It's just you. It's just you. Pamela, what are you doing? She's got names after names after names. Okay, let me get ready to get out of here. Don't forget, your donations are still needed for us to continue to do what we do. You can send your donations through our Cash App, Eddiemaesboy. Eddiemaesboy. That's Cash App, Eddiemaesboy. We appreciate you all listening to us today. And remember, I'm not always right, and you all are not always wrong. Wake up. Stop sleeping with your eyes open, people. Y'all enjoy your day. That works for me, Miss Brown. I love you big time. That works for me. That's it. I'm gonna leave you with said. He's preparing us for this war. We still not move. Y'all enjoy your day. Oh, my throat's going. I needed a damn cough drop. Oh God.